Let's assume the second wave means spread of Delta across India, which is the molecular equivalent of what caused the second wave. Now, India is a big country. Delta will reach different parts of the country at different times. It started in Maharashtra, other big cities like Delhi, then spread very fast in North India, started a little bit later in South India, and started the last in Northeast India. Type of a definition, third wave would be something new. Nothing new has happened so far. The only way a large wave happens, which is what we are talking about, is if something escapes the previous modes of control. And the previous modes of control are typically going to be vaccines and natural immunity. All the models are fundamentally looking at two parameters. One is decline of immunity, and other is the rise of variants. In reality, the two things cannot be separated. You mean immunity to the new variant. So while there will be a decline of immunity, there will be rise of immune escape variants. And typically, there's been a cycle of about 6 months or so between these things occurring to a level it can take off again when you look around the world, which is why most people with modeling come up with the same numbers, which is September, October, as a time when new infections with a new variant might be starting. Might is an important word. And my own estimation is that at least in highly affected areas, particularly like the National Capital Region, it will take some time because immunity is pretty high at this point. It is declining, but lots of people got infected during the second wave. And as of now, we don't see any major new variants globally that can create a new problem. And the domestic variants we're producing from Delta haven't been that much so far. In reality, all the complex mathematics for modeling in the end boils down to exactly this. There is a periodicity to these things based on those models, and that is somewhere in the range of 6-7 months. So yes, that's when you would expect, if there is a new variant in place with sufficiently declined immunity, for fresh outbreaks to start again.
And which means by the end of the year, possibly a third wave starting from the national capital?
Doesn't have to start from the national capital at all. I mean, like I said, whichever place ends up with a variant that is able to escape immunity. In fact, I would be surprised if it started from the national capital. That is not the place I would expect it to start from, because we have very few cases. See, the virus can only mutate and create new variants where transmission is high. So you would always be looking at places where fresh cases are coming from to find more variants, which is why as a country, we are sequencing most in Kerala and Maharashtra.